It is time for our weekly Stock Watch. Stock Up, Stock Down, presented by Grifols Plasma Donation Center. As we're looking after a wild week 6 at who we see value going up in. Kimmy, who's first?
Strike while the iron is hot on A.J. Green, because I want every single part of this red-hot Cardinals offense that I can get, inclusive of A.J. Green. Still available in about 71% of NFL.com leagues as well. 16-plus fantasy points in 3 of his last 4 games, 6-plus targets in 5 of the last 6. Like I said, basically, if you can get any part of this offense at a discount, you should do it. So A.J. Green is where my sights are set.
Kyler Murray tried to tell us before the season started, and we were like, nah, I'm not buying it.
And now we're like, yeah.
I got stock up on a former Arizona Cardinal, and that's Kenyan Drake. I know he only had 6 touches, but that's the most he's had since week 3. And it doesn't seem like much, but it's definitely better than what we've been seeing out of him. And maybe it's the change in play caller now that Greg Olsen has taken over those duties from John Gruden. But I think if you've got him, hold on to him. And if you're in deep leagues where you need running back help, if he's out there, I think he's worth a pickup and stash just to see if maybe the Raiders start getting him more involved going forward.
Well, if I'm hitting the waiver wire this week, I'm looking for Jonathan Taylor. No, I'm just kidding. He's gone. No. You know, I understand, like, this isn't probably very useful, like most of the things that come out of my mouth. But I just wanted to give an opportunity and a hat tip to Jonathan Taylor, who's been fantastic this season. I know during the preseason when we were all very hype on him, a lot of people came after us, like, oh, yeah, Marlon Mack's back, like, blah, blah, you know, with whatever the dudes on Twitter like to say. But he looks right now like the best running back in all of fantasy football. If you have Jonathan Taylor and anybody tries to trade for him, tell them no. I mean, just shut down the computer, remove him from your contacts, and go on with your day.
He's in the computer.
He's in the computer, whatever.
Congratulations to Jonathan. He is playing great. Also, stock up. Derek Carr has been playing spectacular. We saw his points dip a bit against the Bears. And so an even statistically better defense would be worse, right? No. The Raiders got rid of John Gruden, and Carr's had his best fantasy performance since week 2. He had over 21 fantasy points. So I see the stock going up for Derek Carr, but for every rise, there's a fall. Let's see whose stock's going down, Kimmy.
It's so weird to say this, but the stock is down on Keenan Allen. And obviously, I'm not dropping him. I'm not doing anything crazy. But right here, he had just 10 fantasy points against the Ravens. His targets have decreased in 3 straight games. Yes, he caught every single target. He had 50 yards yesterday. But this hasn't been the production that we would have hoped. And it's interesting, since Justin Herbert is playing so well, you would automatically think this could be like a Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford situation. But Keenan Allen has not had the fantasy production we would have hoped this season.
I think that name's going to need to come up tomorrow at some point.
Oh, will it? Is that a tease?
Yeah.
Sounds like it. All right, well, stock down for me on Myles Gaskin, because I can't do the roller coaster anymore. Like, some weeks he's getting a bunch of snaps and a bunch of touches. You know, a couple weeks ago he had 10 targets. This past week, really not much to speak of with Myles Gaskin. He's become incredibly game script dependent. He's mostly a passing game back now for Miami. So you have to sort of anticipate, is this a game where the Dolphins will be trailing and needing to throw the football to come back? Then maybe you feel good about Gaskin, but I don't want to play that game every week.
Yeah, it's too volatile for me. And even when we don't have a lot of options at the running back position, it feels like Myles Gaskin still isn't one. And at the quarterback position, if you need one, don't pick up Daniel Jones. Like, don't do this to yourself. I try to constantly talk myself into playing Daniel Jones for whatever reason. I don't know yet. I thought, going into this game, I'm like, yeah, of course it's a tough matchup. The Rams are one of the better defenses in the NFL. It's a very good team, but that should lead to opportunity. But when the opportunity means, like, it's also the opportunity to throw interceptions, it's also the opportunity to fumble the football, I need to be a little bit smarter about that. So it's probably not Daniel Jones' stock going down. It's me for believing in him.
Well, we were just wondering when the turnovers would come, and they've been coming all season for Taylor Heinicke, and the dam finally burst. Ron Rivera is fielding more questions about Kyle Allen, and the reason's tied to the season-long trends. I mean, the KC defense was letting everybody eat, and if not for a ball that was thrown low and outside to Ricky Seals-Jones, he had to spin around and count it and run for a touchdown. There wouldn't have been a passing touchdown in this particular game, so, yeah, it's a stock down for Taylor Heinicke, and I don't know, maybe Ron should call up a guy he knows pretty well.
Yeah.
Get somebody in there.
Jim McMahon?
Probably.
Yes.
They're teammates.
He has a lot of friends.
They're teammates.
Played quarterback as well.
Right.
That's a look at Stock Up, Stock Down, presented by Grifols Plasma Donation Center.